Alright, hey guys. So, last night I'm out with my buddy and I was hanging out with him. I haven't seen him in a while, so hung out with him. And we went out, just hung out, grabbed a few drinks, whatever, and went to my local Toys R Us just to see what they had in stock. And came across something that I wasn't planning on grabbing, at least yet. Um, I'm waiting for the Skyquake to be released, and I'm also looking for a deluxe cup to be released so I can get those. Well, I'd rather get those first than start the Beast Hunters line, but they didn't have either, and I had a $4 off rewards coupon, so I figured why not. Laserback. And this is probably going to be one of my few Beast Hunters toys. I'm not getting many of the remolds at all. I don't like them. The Bumblebee looks like he got ripped apart and put back together. Wheeljack was the only good looking one of them, but I don't want to have another uh, Wheeljack mold. Um, it's just because it's a personal preference with me. Um, the only other one I'm probably going to get is the Smokescreen because from the Prime line we're not getting a Smokescreen, which sucks. I'm not gonna buy the. I'm not gonna go on the internet and buy the AM version, which is just the knockout molded differently. It's ridiculous. I don't want that. Knock Smokescreen should have his own mold. That's why I'm waiting for the Beast Hunters one to be released. That way it'll look right. Excuse me. So besides that, I'm only going to be picking up the Predacons. That's it. So this is Laserback. He is our first Predacon. Number 3 out of the first 4 to come out. It's Bumblebee, Soundwave, him, and Wheeljack. And for a hunk of red, purple, and yellow plastic, he looks awesome. Now the plan with the Predacons this time is pretty much draconic features, mostly dragons, especially this one. She's a low. This yeah, he's a non-flying dragon, and he looks amazing because of it. Um, Articulation kind of sucks in this mold because, as you can see, he has VHS, visible hand syndrome, right there on his forepaws. If you heard that, I'm sorry. Uh, my emails pop up, and that sound came up. So, so yeah, he has visual hand syndrome right there, but it's not a big deal. I can live with it because honestly, I'm not even gonna keep him in this mode. Sure, Predacons are cool, but I don't like it this way. So we're gonna go into the robot mode, which is why you buy this thing. So first thing you're gonna do, rip off his tail. It is made of the soft, rubbery plastic. Set it off to the side. Next, you want to take the toxic launcher and bring that up over his head. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it off because it makes this transformation a lot simpler. So you got something like this. You take the tail section, fold it back along his back, drop the clip down, and then come down to the legs. Now the legs are kind of okay. So what you want to do here? Sorry, you want to stretch the legs out as much as possible. Now you see here, both halves of his pelvis are here. So you just want to force them together, just like that. So his hips stay together. So Do that. A little of that. A little of that. You just want to extend his legs out to the point where it'll look okay. And he'll actually stand on them. Which is a big problem that this guy has. Because of the extreme chicken legs, he will not stand very well. You gotta really get him set before you set him down in a particular pose, because it probably won't hold. So after that, come up here to the top, pull his chest open, then take this piece, pull it forward, unhook the dragon head from his feathers, and what you do is you just shove it in the cavity in his chest. Bring the crotch panel up and close the arms around it. Then what you do is you just take the feather piece and sling it back behind his head, orient the arms properly. Pop up. You can do that to the shoulder pad. You can do that. I tend to stick them out a little bit. Bend it at the elbow. And here's where the arms are weird. I'm going to take his front paw, collapse, fold it back, and that happens. So, just want to pop it. Just like that. So his arm will actually pop out of his leg, which is out of his front leg. So you just fold and roll and fold. And when it comes down to it, there he is. In full robot form. And the joints are very tight, especially in his shoulders and on his hips. Extremely tight. I'm going to try and get him standing in some sort of frontward facing pose. So you can see him in all of his primus given glory. Because he does not like to stand. He will stand to one side or the other. Sling that forward, sling that forward. That's about right. It's not perfect, but it will hold for what I need out of him. And the fact that he's just going to stay in this pose is okay by me. So there he is, standing in robot form. That was a weird shot, so I'm going to try and get it better for you. There we go. And he's standing. And in this mode, he's got full ball jointed shoulders, which are tight as heck, a fully ball jointed head, which can emote anything. Rotate at the elbow, bend at the elbow, again very tight, and then the hands rotate. And then he's got so many joints in his legs that if I try moving him, he won't stand. Honestly, he won't. So I'm going to skip over that. But he's got ball jointed hip, swivel and hinge at the upper knee, hinge at the lower knee, hinge above the ankle, and a ball joint at the foot. So a lot of movement. So, and then going to the weapons, his tail becomes what the packaging calls a whip. I don't think that's very whip-like. I just call it a crazy-looking axe. Which it is. It's a very strange looking axe. And it works for him. I'm going to set him off to the side so I can show you his back. This is his beast mode back. They call it the Toxic Strike Blaster. And this has a transformation all of itself, where the top bits are that soft rubbery plastic again. And you can just fold them out. And I like to do it like, I'd like to do it somewhere like this. So it's open, but not all the way. And then, obviously, you got the little missile. Now on the box it says twin missile. It's wrong. It's a single missile, I think meant to look like two. But if you look inside the gear and the mechanism, there's absolutely no room for it. You wouldn't be able to fire a double missile this way with a single launch. With a single launcher gimmick, you'll never be able to fire it. So they did it this way. This is like a double poison blaster. It's like a double shot poison blaster all at once. And that can also just peg into his hand. Now the stem for the missile is a little longer than it should be. So you're either kicking it out to one side or the other. And if you, because it will not peg straight into his hand, which is annoying. So for the most part, you're having it sit like that because that stem is way too deep. If it was cut down about that much, it'd probably fit in the missile end would probably fit in his forearm. Or even even a little bit, cut off a little bit and stick it in this forearm, and it would sit. And it would sit forward. But you know, all in all, I like him. I can't wait for Ripclaw, and I'm probably going to pick up the Legion, the Legends or Legion class version, the Twin Strike. So, and I'm only picking up Predacons and Smokescreen. I'm going to say that now. I don't want the remold repaints. I don't like them at all. I don't like them, and I'm never going to get them. So don't even bother commenting on that because I'm not getting them. I'm only picking up Preds, and definitely going to pick up the Voyager Predacon. Cannot wait for him. Not going to pick up the Weaponizer. He's too big. I don't want anything enormous, but Deluxe and Voyagers are going to be the most things. I didn't like the Weaponizers, and I'm not going to pick up a Magnus because I have a Magnus. I don't care if he's bigger. I have one. But yeah, this was purchased at Toys R Us, where a kid can be a kid. And you know what? I'm gonna go and watch season 2 of Prime because I'm cool like that. We're gonna find it on Netflix. Later.